Hello. I'm really hoping the audio is working. I'm really hoping the audio is working. Let's actually check. Let's see. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Hi. 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 Perfect. You can hear me. Okay. Good. There's a little bit of a delay. Obviously, that's just kind of how this thing goes. But yes, perfect. Happy Tuesday, Steve. What's up, brother? Amanda, hello. Tin2 Gaming, hello. Alex C, hi there, hello. Commando Crossfire, hey, 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 hi there, hello. This is awesome. More than homemaking. I wonder who is that? I don't know. I don't know who that is. That's my wife. If you didn't know, more than homemaking is my wife. She's moderating for me right now. She's helping out, so it's looking good. David Martinez, what's up? Who else we got? Joseph. Okay, you can hear me. Awesome. Anthony Page, what's up? King Ace, what's going on? I'm gonna get to some questions in a minute, so like you can bring them in, and I'll get to them. That's a good question though, King Ace. That's a good question. Matthew the Yoba from Star Trek. Hey yo, what's up? Caleb Hamilton, what's going on? Nice. So you guys are already like bringing in some questions too. I've already got a list of questions I'm gonna go over. Um, we got some member questions that we're gonna go over first. Then I'll get to some others, and then I can get to some of the chat. We'll probably do this for about an hour, just about. Um, am I not loud enough right now? I'm getting some thumbs up, and I'm getting a couple of. Can you turn up the volume? Uh, close. There we go. We can try. So yeah, we could try. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, no. How's everybody doing? It is Tuesday, so we're almost at the middle of the week. But today was a day I was at work and I was not feeling it, so I was ready to come home. And the plan is, just so you guys know, the plan is to do this every Tuesday. That's the current plan. If another day pops up, who knows? Who knows? But the plan currently is every Tuesday. I'm looking at my boss right now just to make sure she's not giving me a side eye. So every Tuesday we're gonna do this. It'll be something different every time. Might be just talking, might be playing a game. Who knows? Sky's the limit, but we'll try some stuff out. So Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the most part. Yeah, that's the plan. Yo, Steve with the 20 gifted. Come on now. We just started. Uh, appreciate you, man. I'm seeing a bunch of people getting it now, which is awesome. So that is dope. Steve O, thank you. Steve O has been with me from the beginning. I think Steve O and Brian Tidwell. You guys were there from the start. Amanda, you jumped in pretty quick. Like Sean has been in pretty quick. So it's been a lot of people that have been running with the channel for a long time, and so I always appreciate it. So that's why I gotta do more of these, because it's kind of a better way of spending time with you guys in my mind, and so that's one reason I want to go this route. I think it'll be fun. Um, so yeah, yeah, no, this is awesome. Thank you so much, Steve O, for the gifted 20 gifted. That's awesome, so awesome. Nice. So I do want to get into some questions. We've got a list of questions, and again, if we have time, we'll get into some questions in the chat because I already see there's been a couple so far, so which is pretty cool. So keep them coming. If we don't get to them tonight, as far as the ones in the chat, we will do it like either next week or I'll do another video on it. This will be a recorded video as well that comes out just for other people that couldn't make it to the live. So that's kind of how we do this too. So a couple different ways that we're going to go at this. So yeah, that is the plan. That is the plan. Nice. Awesome. I'll get to that in a second too. I see a few questions there. 10-2 gaming. I see your question. I do see that. I'll get to that in a minute. Cool. One thing I do want to highlight though, real quick, and I don't know like what all you guys watch. Obviously, we watch a lot of Ryan George on the channel. That's kind of the way that we do things here. We watch a lot of honest trailers, a lot more movie related stuff, and then obviously I watch a lot of just funny video things too. But I watch a good amount of like comic videos, like just videos related to comics. And obviously with a lot of the superhero flicks, there's a lot of, overlap there where they'll talk about some movie stuff related to comics, obviously. But I don't know if anybody here watches it, and maybe I'll even do a little poll here real quick. Do you? Yeah, we'll do it that way. Here we go. We're going to try a poll here, guys. We're going to try a poll here. Here we go. Now that, I guess we could just go with no. I don't need to add that in there. Never mind. Boom, boom. Let's take this one out. Start poll. There we go. Comicstorian. I don't know if anybody here watched Comicstorian. I was not an avid watcher of Comicstorian, but I have watched a few videos. Comics Explained is kind of my go-to when it comes to Comicstorian. I'm sorry, when it comes to comic related YouTube space. But the YouTuber of that channel, like the main guy, I think his name was Benny. He passed away like this past weekend. Apparently it was like an accident and something. The wife didn't go into specifics, but said it was an accident. Something happened, and it's crazy because I was watching a video maybe last week where he was talking about how he's revamping some things. He's doing like a couple other channels so that he can do like get into more things that he's more passionate about, I guess, in a sense that he can't really do on the main channel. And then to see this literally like a week and a half later, I was like, yo, what is going on? And I know that there's other deaths that happen in different ways, in different aspects of, whether it's the YouTube industry or even just Hollywood and things like that. But this was a first for like a YouTuber one where I was kind of like, oh, I know who that is. Like I've watched enough videos to actually have an idea of like who this guy is. And apparently he and the YouTuber over Comics Explained, they're very close. So he put a video out recently, just actually today, kind of talking about that a little bit. But I thought that was insane. It was like crazy. But I've always kind of wondered too, just like what's it like for that space so far, like that the comic YouTube space. Like, do you guys watch that? So far, we're getting a lot of no's for that. But Benny, comic story. I want to say it was Benny. I believe that was his name. I just called him Comicstorian, but he and Comics Explained were very similar in kind of how they went about their channels. But I watched a lot of, or I still do watch a lot of Comics Explained. He's more my go-to for that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just thought I kind of like put that up there real quick. Just, rest in peace, praying for the family because that's rough. That is rough. And it sounds like it was obviously an unexpected type of thing because it was an accident. They didn't go into specifics, but they just said it was an accident. So I thought, ugh, it's sad anytime something like that happens, no matter what. But yeah, that was definitely some news. I think the news came out yesterday, but it happened over the weekend. So yeah, just prayers to the family for sure. Also, next thing I kind of want to just kind of highlight, anybody go to the movies this past weekend? Anybody see anything this past weekend? As far as a movie, I saw The Watchers on Sunday. That Sunday we did that. Me and the wife went to see The Watchers, and I'm gonna do a full video on it as far as a review. It's it's not a bad movie, so I will say that. If you follow me on Letterboxd, I did do a quick review of it on there. So if you do have Letterboxd, you can follow me there. I think it's On My Mind Entertainment, I think is the name, or it's Movies on My Mind still. It's weird how you set that stuff up. But if you check On My Mind Entertainment, you should be able to pull me up. But that one, The Watchers, it's a solid 2.5, maybe 3 stars out of 5. I gave it like 6 out of 10 because I normally like to do it that way. It's definitely got some issues, but it's not scary at all. If you're into scary movies, this one's not scary. It's more of a mystery. So yeah, it's a little slow. I'm going to go into more details about it later, but I didn't know if anybody else had seen it or if anyone else has seen something else this past weekend or recently. I see a few people said Bad Boys Ride or Die, Mad Max Furiosa. I still need to watch that. I do need to watch that. Okay. So Amanda, you're gonna go see Beetlejuice too. So Beetlejuice when that comes out, and that's what, September? I think September, early mid September, somewhere around there. So that'd be cool. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, no, it's the theater experience has been a little bit interesting lately. I'll just say that. I was talking to my wife about it one time before when we went and saw Godzilla X Kong, which if you saw my little quick blip of my review on Letterbox for that, I posted it on the YouTube community tab as well. It's just dumb fun, which is fine. But the theater we went to was called EVO. I was really upset because when you're spending so much money, you expect to have a certain type of experience, no matter what it is, movies, dinner, whatever the case, a show, opera, whatever you want to do. You're expecting a certain type or a certain level to the experience, especially with movies. They're getting pretty expensive, concessions at least. And it going there made me almost not want to go to theaters at all, but definitely not that chain. I do Alamo Draft House here in Texas, so that's my go-to right now. But man, was it horrible! And I know a lot of people experience different things like that. So uh, I know right now the theater going experience is a little bit uh, on the low end of the totem pole for a lot of people. Streaming is kind of just it's where it's at for a lot of people. They just want to stay home. So so I know that could be a little bit of a testy subject in some cases. But what about you? Do you still enjoy going to the movie theaters? Do you have your main spot? Do you have your main seat? Let me know in the comments. Like, what do you guys think of that? Like, is the theater still the way to go, or have you transitioned more to a streaming side? Are you in a stage of life where maybe you have little kids and it just costs too much to go to the theater, and you just wait for stuff to come online on streaming? I'm interested because I have moments where I filter between both. I still love the theater experience because I think it's fantastic, but streaming sometimes does have some good stuff. That whether it's TV shows or movies, I think certain things just they lend themselves to the big screen. But lately, it hasn't been falling that way, to be honest. Minus one was amazing. Minus one was amazing. Yes, I wish I saw it on the big screen. I missed it, but it was a short release, so I didn't catch it. But yeah, watched it on Netflix, which I was very happy I saw that it was on Netflix. Thanks to the Discord. My Discord let me know it's on Netflix because I was about to buy it on Google Play. So I saved some money, even though I wouldn't have been mad if I paid for it because it was a very very well done movie. So that part I appreciated. Let's see what we got here. Do, 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 do. Oh, they shut it down. That's rough. My favorite theater experience was the Cinnabar, which was I was in a casino in Las Vegas, and now I'm forgetting the casino. Can't remember. Remember, it's off the 15 in Spring Mountain. I remember that, but that was my go-to theater. One of the first and few, that I attended where you could eat as you're watching the movie. That just wasn't like a regular thing at the time, but oh man, do I miss it. It was great. Yeah, see, okay, so it depends. If it's a movie I really want to see, I'll go to the theater, but if not, I'll wait for streaming. My next theater flick is Inside Out 2. Nice. It's getting to that point too. You gotta be selective in some scenarios. I've seen a few movies, even like some, Marvel ones I've seen in theaters, and I was like, I could have waited. I could have waited to see that at home. Kind of wasted my time. So you do sometimes have to be selective. And I think that's kind of what's happening now. Like the studios are kind of realizing that to a degree, but when you put streaming in the mix, it's gonna change how people view what's important. And if especially with the way that movies are coming to streaming so fast or video on demand so fast, it almost defeats the purpose to even go to the theater in some cases. I saw something that was on DVD already, and I thought the movie had just come out. Oh, One Love, the biopic, the biopic on what's the Jamaican singer, Bob Marley, the Bob Marley biopic. That's on DVD already, and that came out in like February. So it just happens so fast. It's like why? Sometimes it's like why do I even waste the time? There you go. Yeah, Bob Marley. See, I almost forgot. I almost said Ziggy Marley, but that's his brother. It's his brother, right? Or is that his son? I don't know. I, I didn't watch a lot of Bob or listen to a lot of Bob Marley. Wasn't really my thing, other than like the most popular songs of his that but I didn't like listen to him, so it was just whatever. How am I so damn cool? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I was born this way, maybe. I don't know. Uh, no, I appreciate it though. I appreciate it though. That's awesome. Cool. All right, so let's get into some questions real quick because I got some videos I still got to record after this, which will be fun. Also, the Godzilla -1 honest trailer just came out today, so I'm gonna be checking that out. So look for that pretty quickly, because that should be a good one. So let's get to some questions. I'm starting with the questions that I've already received from a post that we put out, which was what, last week, I think. Um, and so members, you guys get first dibs, obviously, because you're members. And you joined, and I appreciate it. We've got some long-standing members, which is really awesome. It's only 99 cents, guys. So if you want to join, you get first dibs on some videos. You get priority replies to comments and things like that. So check it out. It's only 99 cents. And there's more to come from that because we're trying to add more to the mix. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Cool. So we're gonna get to the questions again. Members are first. If we have time, we'll get to the ones in the chat. If we don't have time, we will do that next week, or I'll do a recorded video before that time, and we can get to those as well. So you can still put them in the chat. Appreciate you guys. It's really awesome. First question, John Johnson 8669. What do you like to do outside of YouTube and media? That's a good question. For me, I mean, again, you said outside of media, and so like I watch a lot of movies and some TV shows, and I play a lot of video games. But outside of that, sports. I like to play basketball. I haven't played in a while. I like to play basketball. So because I really don't play a lot of basketball now, and I'm not as active as I used to be, especially when I was in high school and college, I would say I'm a foodie. Me and my wife, we love to eat. That's that's our thing. We love to eat. And Austin has a plethora of like different food items out here. You got food trucks, you got different styles of restaurants you can go to, different events related to food that you can go to. One that we actually missed the other day. I went to the movies and realized we missed a food truck like festival, which kind of made me upset. But yeah, that's kind of my thing. I love to eat. I love to eat. People always, now, I'm in relatively okay shape, relatively, but most people are like, "Oh, you're working out," and I'm like, "Yeah." My workout is pizza slices that I'm curling to my mouth to eat, or wings. That's that's kind of the way it's going right now. So, yeah, yeah, I'm a foodie. Love to eat. Love to eat. All right, but good question. Next one. Okay, John, you got another one here. John Johnson 8669. Did YouTube help at all with social aspects, or were you always comfortable socializing online? I don't like to pat myself on the back when it comes to stuff like that, but yes, I've always been comfortable with that. I grew up in a household that wanted us to, um, you know, speak our mind, speak out loud, let people know what we're thinking, present things, speak, just in front of people and things like that. I did a lot of that at church. Did a lot of that within like homeschool co-ops because I was homeschooled through fifth grade. Um, and then come sixth grade, I started going to school and it just all came naturally for me, but it's because of how we were raised. Me, my brother, and my sister. It's the same for all of us. Um, so once I started doing this, it was really an easy transition. It was just kind of the technical side of certain things, but I've always kind of been into that stuff too. So for me, no, it didn't wasn't a social aspect thing of like, hey, let me get out of my shell or anything like that. Um, I've kind of always done different things like this. Plus, I was in theater as a kid, so I did a lot of acting as a kid, and I did like a number of student films when I was a little bit. Well, I mean, I didn't finish college, so I guess you could say it was college because I was college aged. But but I did a lot of theater and a lot of like student films and some extra work on movies when they were really big in Michigan until they got rid of it. So yeah, yeah, that's kind of my thing. Sweet. Who's next? Steve O, you got one here. Any thoughts about adding movie reactions to either the main channel or the uncut channel? Maybe a watch with Mike where you break down individual scenes and maybe director or writer and actor thoughts. Yes, it's gonna take a while. I feel like I got good practice with it when I did the X-Men 97 reactions. That gave me really good practice to like fully understand like, okay, how can I go about incorporating movies and TV shows into reactions, like, editing them, commentating on them, all that kind of stuff without running into the copyright stuff, which can happen no matter what in some cases. But I feel like with that series, I did a pretty good job with it. So far, we've watched like 2 series on this channel overall. I think we did, what was it? The Diabolical, which was The Boys, those animated shorts for the show The Boys, which is on Amazon Prime. We did that one complete, and then X-Men 97 almost week to week. There were some weeks where I was kind of a little bit off, and so the next week it would come out. But it's tough, especially when you're a one man show right now, like doing most of the editing. It does take time, but yeah, no, it's definitely something in the works. I'm looking to get it more involved, even for like Halloween this year, because that's probably gonna answer one of the next questions. But horror is one of my favorite genres of movies, so I definitely want to do something big for Halloween this year. So I'm starting to get in the works for that. You said same for TV shows as well. So yeah, yes, overall yes. Probably not as much of a deep dive when it comes to like the directors or writers, actors. Yes, most likely, but I'm more into writers and directors when it comes to movies. That's more my thing. TV shows, I'm mostly watching. If it's something on Disney Plus, Marvel. There we go. Related. um, Otherwise, I'm watching mostly comedies. Like we watch like Community, The Office, Parks and Recreation, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We're watching like comedy type stuff and silly comedy type stuff. We just kind of binge that every year. So that's kind of how it goes with TV. But yeah, definitely, I do want to incorporate that more, just similar to how we did the X-Men 97 situation. Let's see. Steve, you got another one. Updated merch with new channel logo and title. No plans right now. No plans right now. I mean, that was fun kind of doing that in the beginning of the channel and seeing how that works. But there's definitely more involved with like doing it in more of a successful way, I guess. And I'd have to like really, I don't know, not that I'm going to change the logo or anything, but it'd have to make sense. So who knows? Who knows? I think, yeah, the giveaway, like, um, when we did the giveaway, that was cool. And like kind of incorporate some of those things. So like, yeah, could that happen down the line? Sure. But right now there are no plans for any merch currently, but who knows? That could change anytime soon. Well, good question. Let's see. Steve, you got a few here. You did a few original skits back in the day. Any chance of possibly bringing one back? Yes. Time frame unknown, but idea, yes. I have an idea. Actually, I kind of talked myself into an idea with that one video. it was a pitch meeting, I think, but uh, there's something I'm trying to work up there as far as like, but I want to do it right. I want to like completely get the script together, like record a number of them in advance and things like that. That way, the flow of it will go well. So yes, that is in the plans. No like time frame yet, but I'm at least putting it out there. Uh, we'll see how that one goes. See if you did a watch party with X Men '97. Maybe work in a show that we can watch on our own screens that we purchase while you watch yours. So watch parties are bomb like phantoms, yo. Okay. I've actually watched other YouTubers do that as well. They'll watch a movie live or a TV show live. I think like Grace Randolph does that a lot. I still watch her. People, love her or hate her. I like how she goes about her channel. Um, so there are times that I am thinking of incorporating that. It's a little bit weird, a little bit different, but I think it is a cool way to like watch something with you guys live and then, edit it and make it a recorded video. It's definitely an option there. So yeah, yeah, that's in the works as well. Not sure what I would start with, but I'm thinking a TV show, but who knows? Definitely not the Acolyte. I'm watching that right now, and that I'm definitely not going to start with that. There'll be some review videos on those episodes as well coming pretty soon. But I'm waiting for episode 3 before I really give a breakdown on that because I just want to see what direction that show's going. So we'll see what happens. But yes, it is in the works. Amanda, you got one here. If you could do this full time, what's the overall vision for the channel? That's a really good question, and it's one that I've actually thought about for a while. Um, I like IGN.com. Like it's one of probably the longest standing like entertainment type websites that I've followed for sheesh a long, long time. And I've always had this idea that On My Mind at the time, even when it was On My Mind Entertainment, it would turn into something like that, where eventually other people are brought on to do different aspects of entertainment or like, follow or talk about other aspects. Like I would pretty much always handle the movie side and probably even the TV side, but there could be someone else that handles TV. There could be someone else that handles the music side. There could be someone else that handles the video game side. Because I love all those things, but um, there's only so much you can do when it's just you. So I do eventually see it being in a situation where it's like it's a team. Right now it is a team. It's me and my wife. Like she's helping me full time now. And so we're getting the ball rolling from that aspect. But it's the end goal would be yes, like have a team, have editors, almost be like IGN, but in a different, more personal way. I think that's kind of the end goal that I see. Could that change over time? Sure, but since day one, I still see it that way now. Like from day one to now, I still see that happening one day. I think that's kind of the end result. So that's what I'm planning on. All right. Cool. So we got a few just subscriber questions, and then we may have we got a lot, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get some here as far as the the chat ones because I do see a number of those in there. Let's see. So fuzzy otter paws 4395. I've always wondered how reactors actually make the videos. How do you get the video or show and put it on screen, including when you have to stop showing parts and then back to it for shows and such. Okay. Oh, okay. So like bringing it away and putting it back up. I've always wondered how they're actually made. So OBS is like a godsend. If OBS didn't exist, like this would be so tough. So there's a couple different ways. There's one where I use a program, or I don't use it as much anymore, but there's a program called 4K Downloader where you can download YouTube videos. Also, I have I have YouTube Premium now, so like that's another way that you can download videos and then you can repurpose them and things like that. There's also been times that I'll use Opera to like play a video if it's like on Disney Plus, and then I'll record it using OBS. There's like multiple different ways of going about it. It's just more about making sure you're changing up how much of it you're showing. With TV shows, you can't show more than 10 seconds of footage at a time. And I think that also plays into audio as well. So that's more or less how that goes. So if you're looking into doing something like that, it's pretty simple. It's just knowing kind of the parameters in order to one, avoid copyright. Make sure you're also changing the footage in some way in your reuse and going from there. Um, and so yeah, I am gonna start to go into more of that kind of stuff. Probably starting in August on the Mike Vaughn channel. Like that was a channel where at one point I was gonna make that more of the movie related focused channel. And I was like, you know what? Nope, we're gonna do all that here because it's just on my mind. It's whatever. And so now that channel is going to be more on the like YouTube behind the scenes type stuff with this, really behind the scenes with this channel, but also how to's, interviews with other YouTubers and entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So more to come on that, but that's going to start in August, where I'll kind of go a little bit more deeply into some of that stuff. So yeah, that's the plan there. I'm gonna completely mess up this name, but Alex C Ninjago Tuber. Okay. Oh, Alex C Ninjago Tuber. Is that what it is? Ninjago. My youngest loves Ninjago. Like absolutely loves it. So he's all the way in that. Your question is, I've always loved your pitch meeting / honest trailer reactions, but I was wondering what specifically makes you always react to more of those, as well as Dragon Ball Z Abridged, over other web shows. Like, I don't know, How It Should Have Ended. Excuse me. How It Should Have Ended is very sporadic in how funny it can be. that's that's really the best way I can say it. There's moments where it is funny, then there's other moments where it's like, I mean, could I react to it? Sure, but like I'm not really gonna laugh much on some of those. I've gotten lucky with the ones I've watched mostly, but there's some that I've watched and recorded and was gonna put it with the full video as far as the pitch meeting in the Australia or whatever is available as a versus, and I don't do it. It's been a lot of moments. So I have seen a lot of How It Should Have Ended videos. I just don't put them out really because it's just me sitting there like, and who wants to watch that? That's just I'm just gonna be blinking on the screen. So yeah, no, it's I do watch them. Some are funny. I think the table stuff, like the cafe stuff with Batman and Superman, that's almost always great. I do need to watch some of the villain pub ones, but there's some videos, especially the early stuff, is just really it's kind of cringe for me. So I just don't put them out there. So that's honestly the main reason there. So yeah, I'm gonna say this name wrong too. Okay, is it Ari Rodriguez? I'm gonna do it that way, or Ari Rodriguez 8811. Your question is, what do you think of your community, or what has been your experience with your community over the years? Always happy to see your channel grow. Thank you, I appreciate it. We just hit 33K, which is really amazing. That's because of you guys. So thank you guys so much. Um, what do I think of my community? But again, I could probably do like some kind of stupid joke or be sarcastic here, but I'm not. The On My Mind community is fantastic. I think it's great, and what's crazy is I've even had some people come in the comments at times and say, "You got an awesome community." Like there's like people aren't hazing other people. You don't have people just like arguing. I rarely have comments like hidden comments that I needed to delete that YouTube filters because of like, crazy language or hate speech or anything like that. We have a really great community. And even as it continues to grow, which I think is great, it's just awesome. And that's because, again, it's because of you guys. I also applaud you guys, quick applause, for when there are people that try to come in and do stuff like that. I've had people get on those commenters quick before I even say anything. Before I even have to go in and say anything or just remove someone, which I still end up removing them. But before I have to do any of that kind of stuff, you guys get in there and see it, and you're like, "Hey, not here. Like we ain't doing that." Like that's, I think that's amazing, and it just continues to grow from that. Um, I'd like to say it's because of like something I said or did within the channel, but everybody's just already been cool that like joins up, which is like really cool, really dope. So like I don't know, I can't even like say I'm taking any of the credit there. It's just awesome people that have like-minded stuff they want to watch and laugh about and talk about and enjoy with me, and it's just cool to have a group like that. So you guys are amazing. Like it makes things so much easier. So I love it. I love it. We all love each other. That's right. Nice. The Coven Guard. Have you ever watched an honest trailer or pitch meeting that changed the way you see a movie? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I okay. I think I'll say it, but in the reverse. I love all of the the Twilight pitch meetings, like every last one of them. Now, Breaking Dawn is the best one of that bunch. Still one of my top favorites. And I still haven't done like a ranking video. It's so many videos though. That's rough. That'll be like so long. Have to be like in parts. But I will say that it made me think those movies were like super trash, and they're not as trash as I thought. Whoops, sorry. They're not as trash as I thought. I'll say that. I thought they were going to be horrible, horrible, and they weren't that bad. Okay, now look, I know people are like, hold on, Mike, like you're saying you like Twilight. I'm not completely saying that. I'm saying I had a really good time watching it with our fam. Like we watched it, the whole family watched it. We binged it like up through Christmas, I think. Yeah, it was like Christmas time. We binged all the movies, and I don't know. I think I have to eat my words on that one. It was actually fun, but I think most of the fun was from the interactions with everybody watching it because everybody hated Bella's decisions. Every decision Bella made, people hated it. Uh, the Cullen family was weird, and we would talk about that pretty often. So there was a lot of interaction amongst the family with that movie. I think that's why I enjoy them. I haven't rewatched them since that time. I think my boys have actually. Did Logan? Bishop? It was Bishop. He rewatched it, which is hilarious. So yeah, so that was funny. But yeah, I think that's one where it's like, oh man, the pitch meetings did go pretty hard, and rightfully so in a lot of scenarios. But I actually did enjoy it after watching it. And that was one where I watched the pitch meetings before I had watched the movies because I knew about them, but I hadn't watched them. And then watching them, I was like, you know what? It's not that bad. So I guess that's kind of where I'm gonna flip that. Hopefully, they answered your question. Let's see. Tangent. Hey, what's up? How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? Everybody knows the answer is three. Let's come on. The owl. One, a two, a three. Crunch. A three. Like it's three. It's always three. If it takes you more than that, you're just yeah. Three. What is your all-time favorite movie? And also, are beef and chicken broth just meat tea? That's actually my first time hearing that. I'm gonna go with meat tea because I actually like the sound of that, and I think I like the sound of it because I'd want to like a vegan to drink it. Like, yeah, that's kind of where I am with that. The my favorite movie, my all-time favorite movie, is The Matrix. That's my all-time favorite. Now I have another one, but most people don't know what it is. But The Legend of Bagger Vance, Matt Damon, Charlize Theron, Will Smith, directed by Robert Redford, I believe. I love that movie. It's a golf movie, but The Matrix is one that, again, I could watch either one over and over again, but The Matrix is just hands down like my favorite film. It's just, it's an amazing movie. It went downhill after that, even though I love Reloaded too. But The Matrix, the first one, it's one of the best. One of the best. So that's gonna be my all-time favorite there. I did answer this a little bit earlier. What is your favorite genre of movies? I love horror, but I also love when horror and sci-fi mix. So like Event Horizon, that's one of my favorites in that genre. Alien, just one of the best. That's why I'm looking forward to Alien Romulus. I think it's gonna be great. I hope they don't screw it up or put any type of like agenda stuff in there. That's my hope, but it's Hollywood. Who knows? Yeah, horror is my first choice. If I'm trying to find something to watch, most times it's gonna be horror, especially if it's just me. Now, if it's me and Lavonda, my wife, then it's gonna be something like comedy or action, most likely, because she's not trying to get into the horror. The times I have gotten her to watch it, it's like she just kind of has this face that she gives me. Yeah, so horror. No, not horror. Horror movies. Scary movies. Yeah. I did give your government name. I sure did. That was weird. It felt weird. I don't even say it like that normally. Uh, let's see. Okay, so what is this one? Oh, I'm sorry. That question earlier was from Caleb Hamilton. I apologize. Caleb Hamilton, thanks for the question. Epsilon Nihon. That's what we're going to go with. I'm sure that's wrong. We're going to go with it. Will you watch Gintama anime? It's a very funny anime and I recommend it. Never heard of it. But I am not opposed to watching anime. Not opposed to it. I mean, obviously, I love Dragon Ball Z, and I've watched some others on my own on Netflix. So from time to time, I do check it out. Like me and my boys were trying to start My Hero Academia. We're trying to start One Piece, which we still will. The live action was cool, but I want to watch the original stuff. I know it's just really long. So I do like it. It's just sometimes I don't have time. So that's really all that is. But I'll look into it because I'm always open to checking out some new stuff. Let's see. Do you have a movie soundtrack that makes or breaks a movie for you? This is from My Terra Experience. My Terra Experience. Okay. So they have an example here. I don't know if you guys remember this. A lot of this movie I don't remember other than Tim Curry as the devil, but Legend, starring Tim Curry, Mia Sara, and Tom Cruise. The film with Tangerine Dreams' soundtrack is great. It has one of my all-time favorite scenes. Swapping out Tangerine Dreams, I have a hard time getting through the film and hate, all caps, the scene that's top tier with the aforementioned soundtrack. I haven't really noticed this. I guess, well, no, I will say this. I just talked to my wife about this. Memento, great film from Christopher Nolan. Awesome performance from Guy Pearce. Carrie-Anne Moss, she's great in it. So like, all the acting around is great. Can't remember the other guy's name who's like the bad guy in the movie, but he's actually in The Matrix. That one has a lot of moments where the music doesn't fit the scene. For me, it just sounds cheap, I guess is what it is. So it makes it where certain scenes in that movie don't hit as well for me. But the movie itself is great. The fact that it starts from the end and works its way back to the beginning, I think is like an awesome, use of time, which is Christopher Nolan's thing. We know that now. But that was one where like the music didn't necessarily fit. So yeah, that one was weird. But movie's great. No issues there. Movie is great, but there's some music choices where it just doesn't work with the scene that it's part of. So that's kind of mine there. Josh Ryan 155. Would you consider doing some retrospective reviews on films or shows you've seen before? Perhaps you could mention how you originally felt back then and how you feel now. Absolutely. That's funny. Like literally, you bring up a question of an idea that my wife gave me. And I know I'm bringing her up a lot because she's amazing, but she brought this up. Yes. She brought this up. She was like, you should start doing some reviews on stuff you've actually watched. She's like, I've seen some comments about this lately. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I think sometimes oh, this is old. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say about this. Like I'm a nobody. But then I forget the whole reason I wanted to do this channel, which started as, if you guys didn't know, as a podcast. And when it was called Movies on My Mind, it was a podcast. And Steve, yeah, I'm about to be. So this channel started as a podcast. Movies on My Mind was the name. And I was just doing movie reviews and TV show reviews. That was it. And I got to this and I got kind of some reaction stuff that was getting traction as far as views, and it kind of switched up. But I still incorporate, my thoughts on what I watched within there. A little bit differently now than I used to. More incorporated throughout than just at the end. But yeah, I do want to do that. Like I've been watching some stuff over that I've watched before in the past, and I've had some additional thoughts. Like I just watched Man of Steel recently, and I actually liked it more than when I originally watched it way back when it came out. What was that, 2013? So yeah, I got some things to say about some movies that I've watched in the past. So that is in the works as well. Yes. I give her some flowers. Luckily, she's not really a flower girl, really. Even she made a face. She said, hmm. So like I kind of looked up there, but other things, yes, I could kind of change up for flowers. I'm sure. Uh, another one from Josh Ryan. So you've mentioned previously that you've done work as an extra. I actually did just a little bit ago too. It would be interesting to know what shows or films you've been involved with and what the process is like, and if you've met any particular actors. I've only done one big movie as an extra. Um, was kind of involved with Batman v Superman when they were filming it in Michigan, but they ended up not doing the whole thing there because the governor at the time took the credit, the little credit they would get for filming movies in Michigan. So everybody just left. Um, so yeah, but I did one in Michigan called Real Steel with Hugh Jackman. And if you don't, you know what? I can actually pull it up on here because if you don't remember, it's like a robot fighting movie. Let's see if I got this one here. Images. Yeah, this is probably the better poster to show uh, in this case. So, I don't know if anybody remembers this movie. Real Steel with Hugh Jackman, where he was like a retired boxer and then he got his own robot and started fighting. Um, yeah, I did some extra work actually on two different scenes in that one. There was an underground fighting scene, um, which actually I think was this one. Yeah, so I was in this scene, and then there's another scene where it's the final fight that's happening. That was at one of our convention centers in Detroit. I was there for that. Like all the people here that you see in the background, that was just us, and they just duplicated us in a bunch of different areas. It was pretty awesome to see because there was not that many people there doing this. Um, so it was actually a really great experience doing extra work. I could see how people in like California do that as their job because one, they're making pretty good money doing it out in California. Here it was okay. Not here in Michigan it was okay. It was like $14 an hour, something like that. But you were working like 14, 15-hour days. You were working long hours, long hours. But the experience was great. Like literally, I think I like got with a talent agency more or less, and and they would get you work as that. Every now and then they might throw different auditions your way, which I had a couple, but just never worked timing wise. Um, so most of it was the extra work, and it was fun. That's the main big one I did. Other than that, I did mostly like student films and stuff, which were fun. Sometimes dangerous, but they were fun. But this was like the big one where I was like, oh man, this is awesome. So yeah, that was that's kind of how we did that one. It was fun overall. It was really fun. Oh, and I didn't get to exactly meet either of them, but I was very close to being Anthony Mackie's camera double. But if I don't know if you guys know, I have a tattoo on this arm. It's my grandma's name and what I used to call her, Baba. Um, that took me out of the running because they wanted someone that didn't have any tattoos, and I was like, "You can just cover it. You have enough money. It's fine. Uh, you can CGI this out. I mean, I'm not even gonna be on camera. It's just camera double, but the lighting has to be right. Everything. So that didn't work. I will say this too. There's aspects of Hollywood, and I realized from that felt almost like um, the slave trade, because they they got a bunch of us like chocolate dudes in a line, and they're like looking at us and moving our faces around and checking our skin and our arms to see what we got going. And it was like, yo, seems a little bit odd, but um, yeah, but that's why I didn't get it. But a buddy of mine, he got it, and he told me about all the stuff they were doing. Like Hugh Jackman will come in the trailer and be giving people free scratch and wins, and they'd be talking about stuff. So I was like, that's dope. But I missed out. Didn't get to meet Hugh Jackman, but I was like very close to him. He's tall. He is a tall guy. Um, and so yeah, it was just really cool to see them like do stuff and then watch, live, and then actually watch the movie and be like, oh man, that's crazy. That's pretty dope. So that part of it was cool, but yeah, there's some aspects of Hollywood that's a little bit weird. Uh, so yeah, but good question. From that salt person, Do you have a job outside of YouTube? You don't have to tell us what it is, just curious. Yes, I do. I've had 2 instances where I try to do this full time. Yeah, I've had 2 instances where I try to do this full time. One when we first moved here, suddenly when I got laid off back when we were living in Vegas, and then moving here to Texas. I was trying to do it full time, didn't really work out. Got a job doing social media customer support for Facebook's Meta Quest. That was fun. But then that job was horrible. So I axed that and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to go hard at YouTube again. Try it again. It was going actually very well. And then the channel got a bunch of strikes from watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged from Japan. And so that kind of screwed that up a little bit. So yeah, no, I got another job. Actually, I did Amazon for a minute, and then now I'm at the job I'm at now, which is a company called Wise or TransferWise. If you know them from their old name, and I don't mind saying it because it's it's everywhere. But yeah. So I work for them in the customer support, which is fun. But yeah, one day that the plan is to get this to where it's full time. But there's different things we want to try to incorporate and make it make sense, and not rush it. So yeah. That's the plan. Let's see. From the Great Canyon XATU. I don't know how to say that. Are you interested in branching out to reacting to things like animated videos featuring Mario, Zelda, or maybe Alan Becker? Alan Becker. I don't even know who that is. Anybody know who Alan Becker is? Let's see who Alan Becker is. As far as Mario and Zelda, that's very specific. So apparently you're wanting me to react to some Nintendo stuff. But no, never really thought of it unless it's just something that pops up and I see it and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, does this guy do like a bunch of Stickman type videos? I mean, I'm not opposed to necessarily anything, but I don't even know where I would start with this. I'm kind of checking it out right now real quick just to see like what's this actually about. Do you guys even know what this is? Here, let's there's not really going to be any sound, but I figured we could just see what this is together real quick. Anybody know what this is? Gets a lot of views. That's for sure. Looks like they mess with some Minecraft stuff too. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not opposed to checking it out. A lot of times when you guys give me suggestions on videos to watch, I'll check it out first before like doing a reaction. I might check out like an old video and see if it's for me, and then I'll check a new one out, like parts of it, and I'll see, okay, well, this will work. Yeah, let's go for it. And there's a lot of times where it's just like, no, this isn't, either I don't like it or it's just not good for reaction content. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, could it be good for like certain videos? Could they be good for like, some type of like YouTube review type stuff? Who knows? There is some of that out there. So I really thought of that, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility. That's for sure. Nice. Cool. Okay, now we got some additional questions from the chat. We got some time. Yeah, right? Right, boss? All right, cool. We got some time to get to some questions from the chat. So I saw this one earlier. King Ace. Like, this was a good one. King Ace. Why did you stop doing dead meat reactions? Those are funny as hell. They are. They're very funny. I'm going to be straight up with you, though. I really need to change up how I would do those reactions. If you notice, when I'm watching some honest trailers or pitch meetings or even Ryan George videos, I'm doing a little bit more pausing here and there to like talk a little more about what I'm watching. I know some people hate that, but YouTube is changing when it comes to reaction content lately, and I'm trying to get ahead of that before it does something to us. So that's if I do, they'd be longer videos, much longer videos. Because those videos are already like 25, 30 plus minutes. So you have to be ready for that. So I do want to get back into it. But I have to do it a little bit differently. So just a heads up there, just in case. Cool. Tin2 Gaming. What is your favorite video that you have reacted to? Whew. It might be a tie between pitch meeting for Twilight Breaking Dawn, the pitch meeting for Super Mario Brothers, like the old movie from the 80s, and probably even Tenet. Those, like, when I think of like the ones I had really big laughs on, those are the three that kind of killed me. And whichever one when he first said, no, actually, I think Super Mario was one of the first ones when he was saying, "I don't care, I don't care." That anytime he does that, that kills me. Rider guy does that, it kills me. So it's probably a tie between those three, honestly. I'll also say though, I think what was the one? I can't remember now. Hold on. I gotta look it up real quick because it's gonna like really mess with my head if I can't find the other one. History of the World, I guess, was interesting. Not to say, not I'm not gonna say like it's my favorite video, but it was like the most interesting. The way it was put together, that one, the history of Japan, those are very well put together videos with a lot of information, but it kept you engaged. So I'll probably go with all of those, but I'll add those two in there because they were very, very, very weird. Uh, but it worked. Let's see. Commando Crossfire. This is an important question, Mike. Pineapple on pizza, tight or nah? I say yes. Okay, so Commando Crossfire says yes. I also say yes. I like it. Hawaiian style, like pineapple and ham. I'm good with it. It's good. I don't understand the hate. To be honest, I do not understand the hate. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. All right, bye, David. Sorry, I'm just saying that. If anybody else said bye, I apologize, just in case. But David, thanks for hanging out. It's great having you. All right, Joseph Clifton LeBlanc. I know you haven't in a while, but can you react to some Gus Johnson? Yes. I do have to finish the God's Country ones because I think I've got like one or two, maybe three of those to go. And there's some others I need to check out too. So yes, Gus Johnson will come back. I know people had some problems with him because of something that him and his girlfriend went through years and years, like years ago. You know, and people change, people grow, people experience different things. So I get it. But it didn't happen to me. So and you know, and maybe what he said wasn't that great. I get it, but he's funny. He's actually really funny, and I'm able to disconnect in most scenarios a person from their art. Most scenarios. There's others where it's kind of like, nope, you got to kind of axe that guy. So that's, you know, it's kind of where I am now. Now, Mike, you're the same guy now as you were when you were 19. I'd like to think so. I'm still, shoot, my kids, they tell me I'm a man child. My boys, like, you're a man child, dad, which I find hilarious. My wife hates it when they say it, but I find it hilarious. I'm like, yeah, I'm a man child with the responsibilities, but I, I like almost all the same things that I used to like when I was a kid. It's kind of how it was for me. So we'll see. Fuzzy outer paws. No. Work. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you were here. I'm glad to see that you were here. Awesome to have you. Let's see. Uh, what's happening?
Go all the way down to the bottom.
All the way down to the bottom.
Fuzzy otter paws.
Oh, fuzzy outer paws. Before you go, let me answer your question. Okay, yeah, thank you. What are your thoughts on things that aren't what they seem? That genre of stuff really interests me. Doki Doki Literature Club, Llamas with Hats, Happy Tree Friends, etc. Okay, so what are your thoughts on things that aren't what they say? Okay, so you're talking about like videos like related to that. I haven't watched Llamas with Hats yet. Happy Tree Friends, I've seen like a portion of that. So yeah, I haven't fully reacted to those yet, but that is in the works. I do want to watch Llamas with Hats. I think they have like a video with all their videos put together. It's like 18 minutes. So that'd be easy. Happy Tree Friends is like an actual TV show though, right? So I have to check that out. But I like it though. I like it when it's like an animated show that's really for adults or yeah, really for adults in a lot of ways. That's why I like these recent like games that have been coming out where it's like, you know, haunted theme parks, which I think are always great. And I played one the other day, Indigo Park. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. Indigo Park. It was actually really fun. It's just like part one. They got chapter 2 coming out pretty soon. I'll do that one too. But when you watch stuff where it's like, oh, this is for kids, but it really is not. Kind of like how South Park used to be. Like that's how it was, in the early days. People thought, oh yeah, this is for kids, and it's definitely not. But yeah, Indigo Park was pretty dope. So yeah, that one was I like that kind of stuff because it subverts expectations overall, and you don't know what you're in for. So anything can surprise you in those scenarios. I do love that. So yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I should check it out though. Happy Tree Friends, I've been wanting to watch, and Llamas with Hats. I'm gonna get to that too. Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm not even sure about, so I'll check it out. See you, David. Peace out. Have a good one. Yeah, WandaVision was kind of the same, so I agree. WandaVision had that same kind of thing going for it. It doesn't really help with the rewatchability aspect in some cases, but I did like that, so it was pretty dope. Cool. Next one here, 10-2 Gaming. I'm a member now. Woo, and that's because of Steve. Steve did that. What are my perks? So again, I think I talked about a couple of them. Priority comments, like the first 2 hours of a video. Priority comments, if you comment within the first 2 hours of a video, I comment to those. Sometimes I get behind. I'm only human. It happens. You'll get videos before they go public in most cases. Not all videos, but there's a lot of videos I'll try to put out there. Some videos that are just for members. Like right now, I'm playing through The Wolf Among Us. I'm putting that to members only currently. I got another one coming pretty soon that's similar to Wolf Among Us, but it's a live action video game, but it's like a movie almost. So we're gonna check that out. So there are some videos that just go to members. And sometimes if I'm putting a video out on the uncut channel, I'll put it to members first as well. So there's kind of like two different channels that you'll get stuff from before the public. So it's kind of how we go there. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. From Akundi, am I saying that right? Yeah, we'll go with that. Do you watch anime other than Dragon Ball? Again, I'm trying to start One Piece. I watched the live action show on Netflix. I liked it, but I do want to watch the anime. We started watching a couple episodes of My Hero Academia, but it's been months since we got back to that, so we'll get back to it eventually. I was watching one on Netflix. I think it was called Doro Idoro or Doro Itoro. Excuse me. I think it was Doro Idoro. That one was crazy. That one was actually kind of crazy. It was weird. But yeah, every now and then I'll try different ones. But most of my experience with anime is Dragon Ball Z. And sometimes I like to think that Avatar: The Last Airbender is also anime, but it's not. But my son thought it was. I was like, no, it wasn't made in Japan. It was made in America. So yeah, no, I do want to start to get into more anime because it is fun. It's dope. And there's a lot of it. Sometimes I don't know where to start, but I'm trying to get better there. All right, let's see. Fate of the Furious pitch meeting and honest trailer reaction when? This week. Well, we just did 7, right? Yeah, this week. Oh man, looks like the video doing something weird. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, that'll be this week. So we're gonna get to that pretty soon. I'm excited for it. So we'll get to that one. Shoot, probably tomorrow. What is your favorite Ryan George pitch meeting catchphrase? That was from David. It's gonna be the "I don't care." Like super easy, barely an inconvenience is great, and you can use it in a lot of different scenarios, which I like. But the "I don't care" catchphrase, fantastic. Like the fact that he got that in there was just great. The "shut up" is great too. Hey, shut up. I like that too, but "I don't care," perfect. And it works for the movies he puts it in because they're always like just dumb in some capacity. Like the plot or the character decisions don't make sense. That's my favorite one of all those. So yeah. Let's see. Amanda, where did you go to college? I went to Western Michigan University for 1 year. 1 year. I then did like community college for a couple of years, but I never finished. But I was going for theater. I went to Western Michigan, went for theater, and then I changed my major to communications. And then when I went to community college, I changed my major to computer science. I love computers. I love like messing with stuff. So yeah, that's where I messed around with school. Let's see. Maurice. Maurice, how did you get that that name? Just Maurice. No numbers, just Maurice. Like you got that early? That's awesome. What's on your mind? What's on my mind? The videos I gotta record tonight. Uh, that's on my mind. Oh, Brandon B, you're in Kalamazoo. Nice. Yeah, my mom's from Kalamazoo, so we spend a lot of time there. Um, yeah, no, the videos I gotta record. I gotta record a number of movie reviews because I've been watching a good number of movies lately, so I get those out. Just kind of spit those ideas out there and my thoughts, and yeah, and some, obviously some editing and stuff I gotta do. I have a little like a short that actually my wife edited, so we're getting her involved, which is awesome. Just on my experience at the Alamo Draft House we went to on Sunday. So we're gonna do some some more theater type reviews as well, in addition to whatever movies we're watching. So be on the lookout for that. So yeah, that's what's on my mind right now. Just the stuff I gotta edit and work on and get together currently. What is a cuisine you haven't had that you want to try? This is from Sornrad. Sornrad. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize. A cuisine that I haven't had that I want to try. What have I not had yet? I've tried pretty much everything, right? I think I've tried pretty much everything. I normally wouldn't do raw sushi, and we did that on Sunday the other night. Like we normally always do cooked sushi, but we did raw, and it was good. It was on point. So I would say if there was a aspect of a certain cuisine, it would be that. But I just had it, so yeah, sashimi. Yeah, I don't normally do it, but it was delicious. I was like, man, we're not to say I was like, oh, we're missing out on something. It was just more of like that was actually way better than I thought it would be. So yeah, so I guess I would say sashimi because we don't normally do that. Asked, have you snapped a bad guy's neck and saved the day? I haven't. I haven't been out like protecting the city lately. I've been tired, so I go to sleep. So no, I haven't. Unfortunately, I have not. Let's see, King Ace. Oh, okay. So you already asked that one, so we put that one in there twice. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay. LJTSRW17. I don't know if that's supposed to say anything necessarily, but you asked, well, you didn't even ask. You just told me in a statement, rate Ryan George 1 to 10. I'm going to go with like, can I go with like a 100 or I don't know. Can I go that high? He's way higher than the range you gave me there. He's, he's hilarious. That's an interview I want to work to get. Just trying to figure out the best way to contact them. Twitter is not the best way. I've tried that once. But I'm going to get in contact with them and then I'm going to do an interview because I love all their videos. Their style of comedy is just one of the best. And so I love it. Your next question actually is here. What's your favorite Ryan George video? That's a tough one. I got to actually like look at some stuff on that, on that one. What's my favorite? Probably because I actually just popped up here and I'm like, I think this might be it. I love the snowman one, like the guys who wrote uh, Frosty the Snowman. That one's great. But I think how tools got their names might be one of the best ones. Like Screwdriver, like that's that might be one of his best. How tools got their names. Most of the videos with the group that's naming things are all fantastic. Like the animal one is great, which I was really waiting for that one. And it came out. I was like, yes. The one I think talking about like the doors to the bathrooms, awesome. But I think how tools got their names might be one of the best. So I'm gonna have to go with that one. Let's see. Amanda, another one. Are you up to date with The Boys? I think the new season starts soon. It does start in a few days. I actually just watched on my way to work. I was listening to Grace Randolph do her non-spoiler review. She says it's great. It's fantastic. It's 8 episodes. They're all about 45 minutes. It ups the ante from the previous season, which I didn't think was possible. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I am up to date on The Boys. I'm thinking of doing like some reviews on that one. Don't know if I would do wouldn't do reactions necessarily. That'd be a little bit tough with that show, but for sure reviews. I'm gonna do on that one. I think that it premieres with 3 episodes, and then it will be weekly episodes after that. But yeah, that is that's the plan. I'm gonna probably do weekly reviews on that one, but I am up to date, and I'm very excited, especially even for the new characters they're gonna be adding, which I think is gonna be cool. But it does have me think of a question. I'm gonna do another poll here real quick, so look out in the chat in a second. Let's see. There we go. Let's go. There we go. I think I did that right. So yeah, question that I just put in the chat as far as a poll: do you prefer to binge a show, or do you like a weekly release? I'm torn because binging is fun for certain shows when they're done. Like if a show's done, I love to binge it. Like long shows that have multiple seasons. But when it's live, I kind of like the weekly release just because it becomes more of like a pop culture thing, like in the moment, instead of when it's binged, it's, that week is done and that's it. You don't really hear about it as much or as long as other media, but that's just me. Everybody's a little bit different, but yeah, interested to kind of see where you guys fall with that one. All right. We got a few more. Then we'll be all set for the night. But so far, this has been great. I'm loving the questions you guys have and that you're sticking with me. From Joe Co. Is that Joe Company or just Joe Co? Have you ever checked out Jay Foreman for reactions? His Map Men and Unfinished London series is educational and really funny. I think you'd vibe with the humor a lot. So Jay Foreman. Let's see. Jay Foreman. This almost looks kind of familiar, and I'm wondering. No, I have not seen this person's stuff before, but again, I'm down. Never heard of him, but I'm down, especially when it's educational. Like Kyrgyzstan in a nutshell are really cool videos. I want to get back to checking some of those out, but I have not seen this guy. So I'll check it out. I love that you guys are giving me like new names and new things to check out, new channels to peruse, which is always great. Okay, let's see. Steve. All right, asking the tough questions. Are you? Let me put this back. Let's see. When are we getting a 4 to 5 year channel patch? I'm getting close. You are actually, you know what? You are getting close. I do need to make a change. I gotta make a change. I think they still only have it at 2 years is the max. So I'd have to like change them all, I think. If we were to go that route, unless they made an update and like have additional patches you can add. I'm always down to make some updates here. But last I checked, the max was 2 years. So we'll see. But I know you and I have talked about like making some changes to like the top 2 tiers. So I do remember that. So I can definitely look into it. I do want to make some updates to the patches and also the emojis. But I need to get somebody to actually do that for me. So I'm checking out some stuff there related to that. But it's in the works. It is in the works. Something I've been trying to look into getting done for a while. So, but I'll check it though. If they did make some changes, then I will. We could definitely make some updates there. So I think it'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Are you excited for Arcane season 2? This is from Ambitious. I haven't seen season 1. I haven't, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. That's the part that kind of frustrates me just with myself. I heard nothing but good things about that show. Remind me though in the comments what game that's based off of, because I don't. It's not League of Legends, is it? Is it League of Legends or something? Or I've only played a little bit of League of Legends. I played some League of Legends, if that's what it's based off of, and people were in Discord like, he's playing League of Legends. I'm like, oh God. What's wrong? So I'm not fully in that world, but I do need to watch season one so that I can. Oh, it is League. Okay, there we go. So at least I kind of know a little bit. Uh, so yeah, no, I need to. I actually need to watch season one, and I saw the trailer for season two just recently came out. So yeah, I do need to watch season one so I can get caught up, and then I can start watching that with you guys too. But I've heard nothing but good things about the show. I will say that, nothing but good things. Let's see. Okay, so this you're telling me if I this is from Joseph Clifton LeBlanc again. You're telling me if I have a broken computer, you can fix it. Can you please? Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'll mess with it and I'll figure out some stuff and I'll watch a lot of YouTube videos on things if I don't know what's going on. But yeah, yeah. I like I've kind of been rebuilding my computer. There was kind of a moment where I was out. I think I posted it in our like for the community, the members at least. I recently put a 4060 Ti in this computer and upgraded like the CPU fan and a few other things and put some SSDs in here. So I'm slowly kind of like upgrading that, but I'm probably gonna end up getting like another one. So I have a streaming PC and then also just the actual regular recording PC. That's the end goal plan. So I do dibble and dabble. I know how to do some stuff, but I'm also still learning a lot of stuff too. So it's fun though. It is really fun. It can get expensive. It's kind of like because I'm into guns as well. So like I can see how like if you're into guns and you're also into computers, you're just spending money constantly. So yeah, that's kind of how that goes. Let's see. Not a question. This is from Vic to the Veil. I like that. I like that. Because you know I'm a Batman guy. Hi Mike, I am so proud of you and your channel progression. Aaron would definitely be proud of you too. Vicky, now I know who this is. Thank you, thank you. You know it's crazy. I still have a PS4 that Aaron sold me back when I was still in Vegas, and that was it was pretty dope because he knew I wanted one. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. It's been a minute for sure, but I love that. Thank you. Um, let's see. Fiverr X. Have you checked out the Working with Saw? Hold on. Have you checked out the Working with Saw and Living with Saw videos? They are comedy gold. Working with Saw. I don't think so. I don't think so. Uh, Working with Saw. Oh, like Jigsaw? No, it's from like 7 years ago. I like those movies, even though I'm way behind. Is it just the one, or I'm seeing like three different ones, but I'm guessing it's just the one. Working with Jigsaw and Living with Jigsaw. Okay, that those are the two. Okay, Working with Jigsaw, Living with Jigsaw. Now I see a Real Estate with Jigsaw one. Is that similar? I'll check them out. Why not? It's always fun. It's always fun. Uh, cool. All right. Last one. Last one. Oh, this isn't even a question, really. You have a great smile and your vibe feels real. Is it Martin Kroc? Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm really bad with names unless people say them or have the spelling in there of how to say their name. Then I'm gonna be terrible. But thank you, thank you. No, I don't know. I think. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. One thing I'm getting really hot in here. One thing that I've always wanted from this channel is that it does. I don't know. It's just a regular Joe Schmo channel. It's not. It's not a situation where I gotta be all acting crazy or yelling or screaming or doing all kinds of other stuff. It's just me talking about stuff I like and watching stuff I like. Oh, thank you. And enjoying just the overall vibes, that you guys bring too, like in the comments or even like doing this. That's really the gist of it. I like it. So no, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, and okay, you got one more. All right, you got one more. What's shorter, a hot minute or a New York minute? I'm gonna say hot minute because that's what I say. I don't know. That's not really like a Detroit thing, I think necessarily, but hot minute for me would be quicker. I, I don't know. Uh, it could be a New York minute, but I like hot minute because that's what I say. So that's me. That's me. Nice. Guys, we did it. That was a lot of questions, but we got through them. Again, this will be an actual recorded video as well, just for those that couldn't like watch here. If they do want to watch the live, that's cool too. But I do want to do one where it's like just a video on the questions, and so that will be coming out later this week. But really, I appreciate you guys. This was awesome. We'll do this again on Tuesday. It'll be something different. Maybe we'll do some question stuff still too, but it will be in the poll too, so you guys can see the results of that. But we'll do some different stuff. Sometimes we'll play some games. Sometimes we'll do, I don't know, just a lot of different things. Sky's the limit, really, when it comes to how we can go about this. But yeah, look out for some more videos this week. I got the Watchers review that I got to get out. I still need to watch Bad Boys Ride or Die, so I can do a review on that. And then I'll probably do a video talking about like upcoming releases for this week, because we got Inside Out. Somebody just talked about that earlier. Inside Out comes out this week on Friday, really Thursday kind of, but Friday. So we got a few things coming this weekend. I'd like to get your thoughts on some of those. Look out for that video as well. And obviously additional reactions. Godzilla Minus One Oz trailer definitely coming. If there's a pitch meeting, that'd be dope, so we could do a versus. We'll see. But that is the plan. I may start getting to a place where if I'm planning ahead enough, and now that I have the help, like I know she can really help me here, but kind of putting out like a plan for the week, or like kind of like a guide, like, hey, here's what's going to come out on these days. We've talked about that. We'll see. So just kind of putting it out there. If you guys are interested in that, let me know as always. But yeah, I just want to kind of do this in a way where it like keeps you guys involved as well, in a different way than what's normal. So those are some of the plans, but yeah, I like it. Oh, natural habitat shorts? No, I have not. But I could put that on the list and check it out, just like I'm about to do with this, working with Jigsaw and some of the others that have that have been coming out here. Nice, cool. So yeah, that is the plan. Hey Brian, peace. Thanks for the $9.99. That's awesome, man. Brian Tidwell with the $9.99 super chat. Again, quick little fun fact: Brian Tidwell was, I want to say he was the first member. It's between you and Steve, but I think Brian was the first member. If I'm thinking straight, I remember it popping up like back in the day. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Thank you, Brian. That's great. So yeah. Oh, okay, Steve. Okay, all right, cool. So sweet. So Steve called it. You guys are right there. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll do this again next week. I'll kind of put out there maybe what we'll do exactly, but yeah, we'll get this thing rolling. And yeah, I can't think of anything else. I mean, that's pretty much it. But yeah, thanks so much. Wait, it's 3:30 a.m. Oh my goodness. Go to sleep, Martin. Thanks for chilling with me, but thank you so much. But thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. As always, I will see you guys on the next video and definitely on the next live next week. Depending on how this goes, we might incorporate more, but this was fun. So I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Get some rest. I'll see you guys later.